Hello Pokemon trainers, I am BK Vaz and welcome to this week's Pokemon Go recap. We've had a busy week behind us and an even busier week ahead, so let's check out some of my highlights before we look at what's coming up next. Excuse me. We caught a massive amount of shinies this week, mostly due to Solosa's Community Day. To start from the top, we actually did end up getting the shiny D-Max Duraludon on the very last day of Steel Skyline. I wasn't super focused on getting the shiny, I was mostly in it for the candies, so the shiny was a nice surprise. We followed up the Duraludon with a shiny modern Scatterbug. I already have a shiny modern Vivillon, but this is still a cool duplicate, especially for trading. After that, the next notable shiny is this defense form Deoxys. This was actually the only defense form I did all week, and it turned out shiny. I spent most of the time attempting the weather-boosted normal form Deoxys solo. Go check out that guide on my channel. But one night, me and my girlfriend were out bird watching, so we decided to give the defense form duo a shot. Here comes the Community Day haul. We got 15 shiny Solosas total, and 3 shiny backgrounds. Here is it fully evolved. With the backgrounds being obtainable from wild spawns, they're bound to be more common now, but I actually still got 2 of these from research, which used to be the only way to get them. I actually also caught a Hisuian Growlithe and 2 Pumpkaboo as some extra credit shinies after Community Day was over. Perfects. Only one perfect Pokemon this week, but pretty important. That being this 4-star Ampharos. I actually purified it from a 98% Shadow, which most of the time I wouldn't recommend, but I needed a 4-star Ampharos for my 4-star Mega Collection, so this was a nice win for me. I actually forgot to include a pretty important trade from last week's recap, so I'll give it a shout here. Check out this shiny Unovator background Oshawott. This was a background shiny I really wanted and missed out on during the Unovator, and I've been looking for someone to lucky trade for a while now. I finally secured it last week, and I'm super happy with it because not only do I love me some Oshawott, but Hisuian Samura is my all-time favorite starter Pokemon. So I'll be hanging on to this guy as an Oshawott until the time is right to evolve it into its Hisuian form. During Community Day, I took advantage of the extra candy bonuses, and I farmed over 1,000 Applin candy. I actually haven't evolved one yet, so let's get that Diplin Dex entry right now. We can't quite evolve into Hydrapple yet, because we need to catch 7 Dragon types as the evolution requirement, as well as a 400 candy, but I'll be checking that evolution off the list later today. There's that new the new Diplin, and there's the Dex entry. Once again, the seasonal research steps that we had this week were just too easy, and I blasted right through them. Since the last 2 steps are next, it's looking like we're going to be able to transform our Keldeos by the end of the month. Extension move Secret Sword is looking to be very good. It should be putting Keldeo as the second best fighting type attacker after Mega Lucario. The only field research that is pretty important this week is catch 15 grass type Pokemon, which will be giving an Applin encounter for some easy candy. And lastly, the final update for the XP Celebration research. Right now, we're halfway through at exactly step 25 out of 50. I don't think I'll be passing this stage just because I don't plan on using any premium raid passes this week, and one of the requirements is to win 4 raids. This past week, we've seen 2 events, the start of the Harvest Festival and a new format for Community Days. I've already talked a bit about Harvest Festival last week, but generally, I think I'm a little disappointed by it. The content and concept of the event is good enough, but the implementation feels a little weak. The ways Apple works with spawning on the map and giving Pokemon encounters was unclear to begin with, and it works pretty inconsistently. Unfortunately, there was no clear Apple spawn pool, and a lot of the Apple encounters don't really make much sense. It's believable to have a Pokemon that can reasonably hide in the apple or have a little bite of it to be spawning, like Applin and Execute, but I just don't get it when giants like a Alolan Executor and Snorlax are hiding in the apples too. Additionally, apple spawning on the map were just kind of buggy. There were periods where my Mossy Lures wouldn't even show apple spawns for me, but would show for others, and required an app restart to actually show correctly. That combined with the lack of compatibility with the Pokemon Go++ made the apple feature feel poorly implemented. Overall, it wasn't too egregious, but I hope these issues can get cleared up before the next time we have an event where items will spawn on the map, similar to apples. Now, I want to talk about the new Community Day format. I feel like it actually hasn't been too long since the last format change, and this previous one was actually my favorite since the original 6-hour format from years ago. I still felt like 3 hours was too little time to call it a community day, but lures lasting 3 hours, the week-long research after the event, and the ability to evolve and still learn the legacy move for the rest of the week too was a nice trade-off. I also like that the field research healthily incentivized group play by making background encounters exclusive. With the new format, a lot of things I preferred are actually gone. Lures now last 1 hour, the week-long bonuses are gone, and the backgrounds are now available from any wild encounter. Additionally, one of the field research tasks that required group play can now be done solo. I used to go play with my local campfire every comm day to play in a party and reap the benefits, but now that the bonuses have been diminished, I can definitely see myself skipping the group meetup for some weaker comm days. The only positive new feature with this format is that for 3 hours after the event officially ends, lures will still last an hour and will still have community day spawns. But this feels pretty backhanded since, once again, lures used to last a whole 3 hours. That means if you want to lure up your local park for the duration of the event, you'll still need to procure 3 times the amount of lures that you did before. And now plenty of people, including community ambassadors, will feel the pressure to buy and use even more lore modules for the after hours of the comm day too. Overall, this new format would not be too bad if they didn't nerf the 3-hour lures we've become so accustomed to. It's nice for accessibility to put backgrounds in the wild, but is extremely user-unfriendly to make a feature worse the lore module nerf, and expect players to utilize it more. That being said, I apologize for the negativity, but I think healthy criticism is important, especially in spaces and communities that we love. Let's get back into a positive mindset and discuss this upcoming week. First of all, level 80. This is huge. To me, the level system was always a great measure of completion. I always equated level 40 to the end game and level 50 to beating the game. And with level 80 and the rework, it basically feels like they're finally adding more points of completion to the game, which feels really exciting. As I was finishing the script, they actually announced the details to the level update, so let's break it down. The first major update actually looks like a new egg, the Daily Adventure Egg. This seems to be a new egg/incubator combo that any player over to level 15 will receive once a day. The first time you log in per day, the egg will be automatically placed in its incubator and will hatch after walking only 1 kilometer. We don't quite know the egg pool for this feature yet, but I hope that there will be some cool egg-exclusive Pokemon like Larvesta and Snom. It also looks like we'll be getting a bunch of free storage upgrades incrementally past level 25, so that's very welcome. When you hit level 70, you get an increased chance to get lucky friends with your best friends, which is a very nice bonus, especially because lucky traits are so valuable in the late game. Now for the real meat of the update, the new XP requirements. It looks like level 70 is going to require a little under 86 million XP, and level 80 will be 203 million XP. This is basically what I expected, so most current level 50 players will have nearly enough XP to reach level 80 already, and just have to work on the level requirements. Originally, I was really hoping that I actually didn't get put straight to level 70. I kind of wanted that old feeling of being able to level up without chasing requirements, but knowing now that I already meet the XP requirements and just have to work on the level up tasks, I feel pretty okay about it. Oh, and the new cosmetics for leveling up also look great. The Pokeball outfits are very well designed and can blend together with already existing cosmetics pretty well. And the real hitter here are these neon clothes you'll get starting at level 71. These look absolutely fantastic, and I can see myself repping one of these on my character currently. It'll be a real treat if you can customize the colors too, but I understand if it's not. Next up is the Pokemon Legends ZA Celebration event. This is a pretty small event content-wise, which is totally okay. I know some people have expressed disappointment, but I think the intention of this event was just to acknowledge the game's release in Pokemon Go, while not overshadowing it for main series players. I know I would have been divided if I had to focus on both a really good event in Go and binge playing PLZA. The main feature of the event is going to be a timed research that will let you pick a ZA starter and catch a few of them with a seasonal background. As well as the starter you choose will be spawning more commonly from daily incense. There'll also be some free avatar items, those being the clothes worn by the player characters in PLZA. I really like the cuff jeans that the girl wears, and the Team MZ jacket is cool too. Unfortunately, the items come as a set and can't be worn separately, which kinda sucks. I don't really like it when my avatar is just cosplaying a character from the main series, but I would have totally rocked these two clothing items separately. I'll still wear the set for a little while just to celebrate the new game though. To wrap up this week, we have the big one. The Uber Tier Mega. The Sky High Pokemon. Mega Rayquaza. It has been quite some time since Mega Rayquaza has returned to the game, and this is probably going to be the best time to raid for it thanks to the wonderful 1 in 10 shiny raids. This is an absolute can't miss event. Mega Ray is basically the best Pokemon in the game and will be for a very long time. It is top ranked as the flying type attacker, and it competes with Eternatus for the top spot in the Dragon category. It also has one of the best Mega Boosts in the game, boosting Dragon, Flying, and Psychic types. Make sure to do enough raids to get all the Mega Energy and your Meteorite that you're going to need to Mega Evolve. I know personally, my friends and I are going to be getting together and heading to Central Park to crush some raids. My plan is to do about 40 raids, that way I'll have enough candy and Candy XL to max out my current Shundo background Mega Rayquaza. That's definitely the main goal for raid day, but I also want to pick up some extra shinies for lucky trading and some extra meteorites for future Rayquazas. If you're looking for some counters for Mega Ray, it's double weak to ice, so you can use your Kirums, Baxcaliburs, Mamoswines, even Mewtwo with Ice Beam is going to be very good. Aside from ice types, it has weaknesses to Dragon and Rock, so you can throw in Eternatus, Origin Dialga and Palkia, Mega Rayquazas, Shadow Rampardo, Shadow Tyrantrum. It's also weak to the Fairy type, so you can use your Shadow Gardevoirs and Mega Gardevoirs. Question of the week. Will you be playing Pokemon Legends ZA when it comes out? If so, what are you looking forward to in the game? New Megas, the starters, or just a new story? Leave a comment, let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in to another Pokemon Go weekly recap. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on these current events in the game. As a new channel, liking and subscribing always helps, and feel free to leave any criticism in the comments too. Good luck with the new levels and your Mega Rayquaza raids. See you all next time.